Hey everybody, Robin Knott here, Self-Care Challenge Day 25. Time seems to be flying, just saying. So today in our Self-Care Challenge, we are talking about forgiveness for self and others, mostly for self, to be fair, transformation, which occurs in the heart space, heart chakra healing, of course, and then the Soul Legacy Journal with Iona Mead, it is environmental freedom. So I often say that environment starts within. It starts with us right here, right? Our soul basically is lugging around this human body. So this is the environment that we are in, and we take ourselves with us wherever we go. So, if you are familiar with some types of support groups and healing and therapy and such, we talk about changing people, places, and things, right? Which I don't disagree with, so don't misunderstand me there. However, it starts here first. So we can't like run away from ourselves, right? We can try really hard sometimes, but we take ourselves with us. So we change what we need to change within. We change our own thinking patterns, right? It's not that we have to change who we are as a person per se, but some of our patterns that we have, some of those habits that we have, and heal some of the stuff that keeps us wrapped up in gunk, if that makes sense. I know what you guys know what I mean by gunk, right? So changing that environment within, again, allowing that space for transformation, allowing ourselves to heal. It's massive, it's huge, you guys, for real. And that forgiveness, if part of me, my ego wants to pop in, right? Tell me if yours does this. Ego can pop in and say, it's not you. Let's just blame everybody else, right? We jump right, it goes right into victim mode and wants to say, if this didn't happen, then I. If this didn't happen, then I wouldn't have. If this didn't happen, then I wouldn't have, right? We're justifying why we made decisions that we made, which isn't not true. Not saying it's not accurate or not true, but when we do that, when we think that way, then we're not really being accountable for ourselves and we're not seeing um, the power, I mean, or quoting the power that we have in our own decisions that we do make and our own reactions versus response, right? We want to take a moment to respond to situations and not just react to them, meaning reaction would be more of that humanist ego self, where the response is that highest self when we're grounded, when we're calm, when we can process through a situation and then make a decision, right? Based on all of the information provided, not just what we are reacting to in a moment, which could be misunderstood. I'm not saying it always is, but could be misunderstood or could be based on an old thing that had nothing to do with the current situation. It could be based on something, a relationship with someone else, and I don't just mean romantic relationships, I mean, family relationships and friend relationships and all the things could be based on that past experience and nothing to do with the person that's in front of you in the moment. Let me know if that makes sense, and let me know if you catch yourselves doing that. So even though there's some level of truth by there are reasons that we react and or respond in certain ways, it's still the choices that we're making. We are still the ones to decide whether or not we react or respond. Again, using that difference between the reaction and response of reacting in humanist ego, responding at a calm, I say higher self space, but just meaning that really deep inner part of self, not just the part that's pushed and pulled by emotions, right? Or patterns or those old habits of things that we tend to do. That's why it's that space for transformation, because when we can step up and see, have that self awareness, right? Be aware, assess, and align, really see where our power is, if you will, the choices that we make, the options that we have, which way do we decide to go, and then allowing that forgiveness for the times that we chose in a way that didn't wasn't really for the highest good, right? When we made decisions based on humanist ego reactions, when we may have resentments towards self and or others, right? So be mindful of that. All of this, again, takes place in the heart space. Excuse me, in the heart chakra. So when you think about the 7 main chakras that are in alignment with the spine, from the heart down are the lower vibrational chakras, right? The ones that really resonate more with the humanness and also the human ego, right? This 3D type physical reality that we are in right now. Heart space up, I often say pivot up as we clear out that energy and release those blocks. We then vibrate at a higher vibrational frequency, as in like our higher self, our soul self, our spirit self, with that connection with that we really feel in our vibration, that connection. We're vibrating at that level of unconditional love of God, source, creator, right? Much different space than human ego ness that tends to sit in the lower chakras. So again, when it meets here in the middle, it's not fighting itself, it's meeting itself, right? We're meeting it with love and compassion. We're meeting it with forgiveness so that we can transmute that energy, transformation, pivot up, right? That's the process as we release those blocks that are no longer serving us. So therefore, it's important to take care of our heart space. So when you think of environment too as your whole physical body and the environment of the heart chakra, keeping that clear and balanced for that transformation to occur. Because when the heart space is gunked up with things like resentment, whether that resentment is toward ourselves or blame, shame, and guilt, right, comes along with, oh, I messed up, I screwed up, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that, I should have um, said something differently, I should have done something differently, right? All that gets gunked up here in the heart space. So then when that energy of the old patterns and old programs and conditions comes up for transmutation, it gets stuck and bounces back down because we're not open. We're not allowing that love and forgiveness and compassion to be in this space. It's all gunked up with the other stuff, right? That gets in our way. So keeping our heart chakra clear, the energy in our heart chakra clear and balanced. Healing hands, remember, just hold your hand over your heart space and just allow the body to do what the body does. We are energetic beings, right? We have a soul, a spirit. Just the energy from our hands to our chakra helps align that energy all on its own. Just like when we cut our finger, it heals itself. Same concept, guys. Another is color therapy. So you might notice my shirt is kind of green because green resonates with the heart chakra. Pink as well. Pink being like a color of love, right? Solfeggio frequency that resonates with the heart chakra is 639 hertz. And some affirmations and or reflections, if you would like to do some more in your journaling, is the I love. Complete that sentence with different characteristics or aspects of you or experiences that you have had or lessons that you've learned from difficult experiences that you've had or benefits that you are able to see now after moving all the way through a difficult journey, right? Elemental healing. The element of our heart chakra is air. So when you think of breath, right, taking in that deep breath of fresh air, filling your lungs, so like really belly breathing, so it goes all the way down through and doesn't get stuck in the heart. Expanding the lungs and exhaling all the dense carbon toxins out of your body, right? Hopefully we're still on. Something looked wonky there for a minute, sorry. So I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. I think it was short but said a lot. So homework, right? Anything on that chakra healing cheat sheet, use it to help your self-care, keeping the energy in your heart chakra clear and balanced. If you don't have your cheat sheet yet, if you hop over at the energyhealingschool.com and sign up for the free 7-day chakra healing challenge, it's one of the bonuses in there. And also the live version of the chakra healing challenge is the 4th week in September. So depending on when you watch this, it's coming up. But it's available all year round. So, and it's done annually, which is amazing. If you haven't hopped over to Spiritual Business Success with Iona and subscribe to her channel, do that as well. You'll hear her talking today about environmental freedom. Every Thursday, actually, environmental freedom. So her acronym, if I didn't say on this live, is Cheers to Financial Freedom. So Monday is contribution freedom. Tuesday is health freedom, and it's health in all areas of our life, not just physical, right? Wednesday is emotional freedom. Thursdays today is environmental freedom. Tomorrow is relationship freedom. Saturday is spiritual freedom, and Friday is financial freedom, right? So the Cheers to Financial Freedom and our self-care challenge and my acronym of the best you and the chakras all align and flow and meld and affect each other very smoothly and directly. So if you follow one of us, you'll start to see, if you haven't already, how they blend together. So again, for homework today, if you're taking care of yourself, doing something for yourself, anything on the cheat sheet, implement that for your own wellness. If you're journaling a little deeper and further, you can use those affirmations that are on there, as well as checking in with yourself to see. Always do the check-in. Check in with yourself to see if you're holding any resentments. Are you feeling any blame, shame, or guilt? Is that blame, shame, or guilt directed outwardly to someone else or inwardly to yourself, right? Do you do what I've done and beat yourself up over the shoulds? I should have done this. I should have done that. Why did I get myself into this? Or why did I do that? Or I could have done this differently. Or I feel bad because, right? All of those thoughts mean there's something there that's being kind of stuck and needs our attention. Something is wants to come up into our awareness so we can release it. So allow yourself to do that, right? If you're comfortable, drop them in the comments. Let me know what you're doing for you for self-care today. Again, hit the channels, sign up, like, subscribe, right? Check all the links, get on the calls. I'd love to see you and chat with you face to face. That'd be amazing. And I will see you tomorrow for communication in the throat chakra. Take good care. So much love. Bye, guys.